फूलों की हो रही है गुफ्तगू, जैसा फिल्म में होता है हो रहा है।
What do the letters PDA stand for?
I think it's public display of... I'm debating whether it's aggression or affection.
Alright, so first I would like to introduce my panel.
Hi, Rashmi Hemrajani, blogger, ex-journalist. Thank you.
Hi, Anushuman Jha, actor, theatre director.
Prithwish Ganguly, journalist with PDA.
Can we have the AV please?
पर्दे में रहने दो, पर्दा ना उठाओ, पर्दा जो उठ गया तो फिर खुल जाएगा।
खुल्लम खुल्ला प्यार करेंगे हम दोनों, इस दुनिया से नहीं डरेंगे हम दोनों। किसी ने देखा तो नहीं तुम्हें आते,
नहीं मैं आई हूँ छुप के छुपाते।
आजकल तेरे मेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर जबान पर, सबको मालूम है और सबको खबर हो गई।
चुपके से रात की चादर डाले,
चुम्मा चुम्मा
And I'm sure all those scenes brought back a lot of memories, and I could see everybody giggling in the audience, so I would love to know your views on this. I'm going to ask my panelists, my first question for you is, I'm sure back in the day when you watched your Bollywood movies, what is that first scene that you saw, you know, the quivering flowers, and you knew something was going on, and you're not quite sure what was happening. So I'd love to know your oldest memory, and when you noticed that it changed.
It was a movie with Sharmila Tagore. I don't remember the actor. But there were two sunflowers that go, wiggling around. And I realized it changed with Jism, the movie Jism with Vipasha and John. And yeah, I was like, what's happening? What just happened to the world? What happened to flowers?
For me, I guess I am from the next generation.
You never saw the quivering flower?
No, I did. I have seen a lot of older films. For me, it went from Akshay and Ravina in Mohra doing Tip Tip Barsa Pani to Akshay and Katrina doing that new number in which they've actually kissed, which was eventually censored, if I'm not mistaken, in the recent film. So, yeah, but the shift actually began with, in a big way with Hum Tum, the clip which we saw, Saif and Rani. I'm a little conservative myself. I would being an actor, I don't mind doing it if it's really there. In fact, I've just done a film where, with the director, Dibakar Banerjee, there was a scene in the film where he wanted me to kiss the heroine.
Was she really cute or?
She's very cute girl, very pretty girl, and a very good actress. And she was like, let's do it. And I was like, and my simple question to Dibakar was, why? You know? So I think it all boils down to that.
Right.
I am sure Imran Hashmi never says why.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I would have thought most boys wouldn't say why, but
No, but the point is that why do it? Imagine, as in it's just a hypothetical situation. Imagine, and I'm asking you, if Shah Rukh Khan, for example, he's called the king of Bollywood romance. Would he have been that if he had been kissing all his heroines, which someone like Amir has been doing, and he doesn't ever have that tag? It's not that Amir's not been romantic or hasn't done romantic films. It's just the image that our parents want to see. I was just talking to her and she was telling me, my father went to see LSD but never took my mother.
Important to see such things because Indian society is considered to be very taboo. You're not supposed to be kissing, you can't see a sanitary pad ad, you can't do various things like that. So, and we have highest population. I mean, who are we? I mean, Zulus?
I think we are all humans made of flesh, and these are our carnal instincts which you can't really stop. If you want to kiss somebody, you kiss, you know. And coming back to again kissing, if you remember a film called Ram Teri Ganga Maili, you know, at a time when it was completely sanitized, you know, no kissing, no, not even holding hands, forget about holding hands. This film actually revolutionized a lot. I think the change, I'll take it forward from Hum Tum to Ram Teri Ganga Maili and Raja Hindustani for that matter. Yeah. I think these are the two films that really changed how kissing or making out in public was depicted. I think that's a welcome change. I mean, for those films, we can make films like now LSD. I mean, thanks to that. I think Dibakar needs a big clap from us.
Absolutely.
You know, I think we should never make comments on the history of films with a good journalist on the panel.
So Bollywood, of course, has very cheesy depictions of, we've seen little clues of PDA. But Hollywood is unabashed about it. They go ahead, they show you everything. Why do you think we don't do that here? And to add on to that, do you think we should?
We are talking of two different cultures. So A, it's not right to say if they do it there, can we do it here? I am not at all for seeing people swallowing each other's faces in public. I get embarrassed looking at that. It's lovely. I'm a very affectionate, warm person, and I'm very romantic. I really like people holding hands and hugging each other and doing all that. But it gets a little obnoxious when you're sitting with your mother and across the table someone's doing something like that.
Correct.
And I get embarrassed. I am a Metro Bombay child, so to say.
It's important to draw a line. Just because the audiences have not seen this before, doesn't mean you put it right in your face just because it's time now.
I have a different point of view altogether. I think we as a country have gone back in time than moving ahead, because you know what? Hollywood make films on Kama Sutra and on concepts like Guru, you know, where they celebrate Kama Sutra. Whereas we think, oh God, we shouldn't be looking at it. But I think Bollywood has lost the plot on what to do with a sex scene or a kissing scene. Whether to put it or to not put it. That is the question.
See, I agree with what he's saying. But also one needs to understand is that in India, in Bollywood, films are made keeping the audience in mind. You know? And I'm talking of experience. I just met the leading production house owner in the country, and all his statements with the story while he was narrating to me kept saying, keeping the commercial market in mind, keeping the commercial market in mind. And I think that's the problem point with Bollywood. I never heard Dibakar or Anurag use those words. For Dibakar and Anurag, it's the story. It's the story. It's the story. This is what the story needs. This is what the story needs. Whereas this man, who is a multi-millionaire, and God willing he'll keep becoming bigger, he kept saying the commercial, the commercial, the commercial. Where we are lost is trying to balance the two. Jism was an example of the other side. You know, they wanted to sell sleaze and bipasha like that and make a success story out of that. Whereas when Dibakar shot the sex scene in LSD, he kept saying, please don't come to watch a sex scene in my film. There is nothing, you'll be disappointed.
Yeah.